Good afternoon. It's about a minute before 3:30, so I'm just making sure that everything is live and recording, and welcome to Pat's Stamping Place. So it is Monday, July 10th. Do you believe it? Last week we were getting ready for 4th of July, and that's long gone. Fireworks are gone. So let me know if you are here. And I am today only connected to Facebook. I was unable to connect through the multi-streaming to YouTube. Tried it twice. Oh dear, we're getting this little yellow button again. Okay, everything's plugged in. So I've got my fingers crossed today that things do not go awry like they did last week. So I have lots to talk about. I don't see anybody here yet, but I'm going to give it just about one more minute and then I will get started. We'll see. Hey, Gloria, thank you. Let me know you're here. Everything's seeing and hearing okay? First of all, let me apologize for whatever happened last week. It was a Facebook issue and I got cut off from Facebook. I was still able to go and continue on YouTube, but then that cut off too. So I don't know if this was something on my end, just basic technology or whatever, but at least today I'm here, but it doesn't look like my face and my voice are on the same page. Oh my gosh. For whatever reason. So anyway, thank you for being here. And I have lots to talk about. First of all, let me put this stuff to the side. And if you were on Facebook, or even, I don't even think these got shown on YouTube last week, I'm going to show you the cards. Let me switch down to my desktop here for live. Yes, there we go. Show you the cards that I was making last week and had samples of with the patchwork quilt, or just the patchwork dies. And I was working with the little curvy ones and trying to show, although it wasn't working as well as I'd expected. Now this one's perfect. Show it with the press and seal technique. So I'm just going to quickly go through these cards. And this was with the, don't remember the paper name. Should have looked that up first. Oh well, whatever. This is also one done in this is portrait. This is a landscape design with the same patchwork die. Okay, here was another one that I really liked. Here is one more. Here's another one. Oops, I guess you can't see down there. And then this was one that I did with the sunburst one. And it's kind of like an optical illusion because I cut out the parts that were here instead of substituting another paper or color. So I said at some point I would come back and showcase more the sunburst one. So I will do that another day. So those were the cards that if you were on Facebook last week, you probably missed seeing. So put those away. Okay, a couple of things to tell you about that I have not posted on Facebook this week. You may have seen it elsewhere, and that is the new online exclusives that went live on the 6th of July. One of these were ones that demonstrators could pre-order. And one is the One Horse Open Sleigh Suite. I'm going to showcase this gorgeous, gorgeous paper today which I don't think you can really see very well here. That's why I'm going to show it. And then this other one, this Timeless Charm Bundle. But there are other choices now that came out live even to demonstrators on the 6th of February. 6th of July. I'm already into winter. Good grief. And then the other thing is during the month of July, we have Earn to Redeem bonus days. And we did this, I don't believe we did it last year, but this year it's with every $50 purchase, you can get a $5 coupon that can be redeemed in August. And the way this works is once you reach that $50 threshold in an order, whether it's online or through me, or even as a demonstrator, you will get an email with a coupon code. And you want to make sure you either print out that email or flag it or something so that you remember in August to redeem those coupons. It's a pretty cool deal, actually. So with a $100 order, you would get 2 codes. 1 email, 2 codes. And then it just works that way with even more throughout the month of July. So those are the 2 things that I need to tell you. Okay, next, what I am showcasing today before I show this paper is the stamp set and die set that I'm going to use with this paper. And one is the Perched in a Tree die set, or excuse me, stamp set that goes with the die set on page 43 in the annual catalog. And this could be used throughout the year. It does not have to be specifically for Christmas, although there are some sentiments in here that indicate that it's a holiday set. But you can use a bird on a branch anytime. Your kindness warms my heart anytime. I'm here for you no matter the season, anytime. And of course, these 2 little, I love little splotchy stamps like that. And that coordinates with the Aspen Tree dies over on page 162. This is no longer a bundle, and the die set and stamps don't have the same name. So if those were going to be done today, they probably would. So what I do on that is on my dies, I write on there that goes with Perched in a Tree, and I see that there are 6 dies in that set because it's hard to read what's down here at the bottom in black. So here's the stamp set, and then here are the dies. All right, let's show this amazing paper. There are 4 designs each of 4 pieces of 12 different designs. Okay, I'll get that right. And they do have a lot of, pine trees, snow, but the backside of each one of these pieces is pretty awesome. So here's one. This one is just, they're just so serene looking. And here is the backside of that one. Just gorgeous. So if you're not liking the hot weather, this will make you nice and cool. And here's another one with a pretty pool party background on there. Okay, more trees and snow with some pretty trees on the back of that one. Here's a nice little chalet in the woods. Definitely Christmassy with the wreath on the door. But here is the background on that one. Or what I say background, the reverse side is what I mean. This is apparently looking down on the snow with the animal prints going through there. But the backside of this is just lovely. Okay, more snow on the trees and another blue reverse side. Love this one. Pool party. We've got some brown. This is probably the new pecan pie, which I'm really, really liking. And a pretty red on the reverse side. Here's some trees and a broken fence. Pretty mountains. And a pretty reverse side of that one too. Here's a fox in the woods. And a wood grain reverse side. A fence and some snow. Another red kind of crosshatch background. Oh, I guess I put one behind this, because actually I think this is the one I'm going to use today. And this is the backing sheet that has all the colors. I put 4 each of 12 designs on there. And this is the last one with this cute little deer there in the middle of the forest. A little bit of petal pink up here, some pretty brown. Very, very calming to look at. All right. So let's get ready to create. Oh, Gloria, did you have a good week? I know I haven't seen you for a while. You had some things going on the 4th, and so hope to see you after this for dinner. All right. These papers go so well with the Perched in a Tree and the aspen. Now, I used these aspen dies last year after I came back from Canada because I saw a lot of those trees up there, but we also had great paper that went with these last year. So here is kind of the focal point. There's a little one that didn't pop out. Focal point of that die set. This one looks a little crooked, but I think it'll be okay. Trees are not always straight up anyway. So I've already die cut this out of a piece of paper that is 8.5 by 5.5 and scored. So I can put that paper behind there. Here are 2 more. And I'll just show you with samples that I've done of different ways of doing that. And then here are 2 pieces that I've cut out of a piece that is 5.5 by 4.25, and I've trimmed them down just a teeny bit to go on the front of a card. So let's see what we've got going if I do it this way. Now, not all of these papers go with this. There are numerous ones that do. This is one with that deer, and make him the focal point right inside there. And then this piece of paper will go on the back. That way you can see both sides of the paper, which we tend to cover up the other side. So that's one way. And then here's another way where this can go here, trim it down, and put it on a piece of petal pink cardstock. So I think what I'm going to do, and I'll have the samples to show you, is trim this one so that it will go inside. Let's get this one back. So that it will go inside the card, and then we'll see this on the inside. And Old Olive is one of the colors. So what you need to do with this is trim the paper down and make some cuts. And get your focal point here so that you know exactly where you want to be. And mark that with a pencil or pen. Where's my pen? with one of my erasable pens. So I'm going to put a little mark there, so I know that's where that one's going to go. And I believe, looking at the score line here in the card, I need to trim off a 1/2 inch on the other side. Hello, Jane Bone. Welcome. So I'm going to trim off a 1/2 inch here. Let me get my big trimmer. And then here, which I believe amounts to about, yep, it's about 1 inch, because the paper is 6 by 6. Okay, let's erase that little mark up there. And then a 1/2 inch off of this side. Let's see, get out of the screen here. So now this is going to go inside here. Make sure it's still okay, and it's not. So I need a little bit more off of the left side. And I'm going on the being cautious and cut down a little bit to make sure I get my little deer there right at where I want him to be. Okay, and a little bit more over here. All right, so now I have my deer in the focal point, which is the largest point in where these aspen trees are. Okay, so now I'm going to need to cut down some of the bottom part so that that fits. I don't want to take off too much of this because I want some of that pink to stay there, that petal pink. So I know this is 5 1/2. I'm going to trim it down to about 4 7/8. Now these pieces can still be used to go on the inside of a card or down along a side on the inside. So now what I have is a piece that is about 4 1/8 by 5 7/8. Now you could put that inside your card and put a little message here and just have it open that way, or you can put it in here like this. And be able to see both sides of your paper. So I think that is the better way. Plus it gives more support to this side of the paper that is pretty kind of flimsy with that there. And I don't have to put glue so much on those tree trunks or trees either. Okay, so I'm going to add, let's hope I get this straight this time because my sample didn't get straight. So what I'm going to do is to add just a little bead of glue, about 1/8 of an inch up or a little bit more along the edges. I don't want to go too close to the edge because I know it will ooze out. And the liquid glue does give you an opportunity to have a little bit of wiggle room. Although I'm finding that lately, boy, you need to get that wiggle room handled pretty darn quick, or it's not going to let you move anything. Okay, so there we have that part. And I'm going to lay this inside the card where it appears to be the straightest, and hope it doesn't move around, and lay this over top. And of course it moved a little bit, so there's that wiggle room. So nothing's sticking out over. I ended up getting some glue on me, and I can wiggle it from in here a little bit. Okay, so let's open that up, and I'm going to grab this big block and lay that down there for a moment. So that's pretty heavy. And that's good. Although I did manage to get some glue on my fingers here. Okay, now what I want to do, I didn't do this on one of my samples, so my fingers are crossed that this is going to work out okay. I want to add a little bit of the Petal Pink with one of the small blending brushes. Rub some of that off and just kind of come in along the side to enhance that color that's at the top of the paper. And I'm only just going to stay at the top and a little bit down along the side. Let's close this up. Yeah, I kind of like the way that looks. It just adds a little bit more color along the top and the sides. I love the blending brushes, and I'm finding that the new small ones that we've had for a while now really make it easier to control going into smaller areas. So there is that. Okay, I want to make sure it's not going to glue itself closed. Let's see, let's get a little bit of adhesive eraser here. I wish we still sold these. I got a new one on Amazon, and I cut it into fourths. We really should have an adhesive remover. Goodness sakes alive. All right, so there's that, and I have cut out a banner from Stylish Shapes. So it can go here, it could go up here, but I kind of like things at the bottom a little bit better. And I have the, let's see, no matter the season, I'm here for you. Your kindness warms my heart. I think I'm going to use that because we can always use thank you cards no matter what. And I'm going to use the Pecan Pie, which is a new brown. Love it. It's a little bit darker than Crumb Cake. Not as dark as Early Espresso, because we don't have soft suede anymore. Let's see if I can get this on here straight. I'm going to go a little bit more over to the left. And that's a little too high. I guess, okay, I know what I did. I'm glad I cut 2 of these. Let's try that again. Let's see. Right, okay, there's enough stamp down at the bottom before the words start, so I know I need to start down further. Hope I didn't overcorrect that. Oh, that one's perfect. Teeny bit crooked, but it works. Where are we here? Okay. Your kindness warms my heart. So let's put that here on dimensionals, which will also help secure these trees if they want to pop up at all. So it's a very simple card. Because that's what I like, is simple and easy with some elegance. Okay, actually, I think what I'm going to do is move that over a little bit to the right. Hope my dimensional isn't in the way. No, it's good. And cut off that other end of the tag. Because I don't want it to cut up. I don't want it to take up that much space on the card. And let's see, I've got some glue on here. Okay. And now we just need some bling. Okay, one of my favorite things for bling is to add Wink of Stella. Make sure that there's enough in there. Love that. And grab a bone folder and just tap some of that on there so that you know that it's sparkly. And let's make sure I've got some coming out of there. Okay, there we go. So I put a little puddle here on my paper, and then I can tap that on there. And what kind of bling shall I add? These are Neutrals adhesive backed sequins. So I think I'll put those on there. A couple of those. Get my Take a Pick tool, put one here. Maybe one up here. And a smaller one, maybe down here at the bottom. Okay, so there's the card. It's simple. Let's put a sentiment on the inside. See, I don't have a thanks out here because this is a thank you one. So I think I will just let that go for putting something on the inside, but here is where you can put some of that excess paper that you don't want to go to waste over here along this side. So let's do that. That is 5.5. Make it a little bit less. And put that down along this side, because you hate to waste any of this paper. Then you can write your own sentiment on the inside. I think I left just enough to put a little tiny, like 1/16 of an inch along the side. So there we go with that one. Now what I want to show today is something I don't think I've shown in a while, and that is the envelope for mailing your cards. So let me check this out. I didn't look at the page first. Let's go to paper and packaging. I use the index a lot. Let's see. Cards and envelopes, page 135. And if you didn't know these were here, and these are good for flat cards that don't have a lot of embellishment on the top. And they're very, very cost effective. And they're hard to see in the catalog. When you see medium envelopes at the bottom of page 135, you see clear envelopes, 50 of them for $7. And that's a pretty good deal. So let me show you how that works. Okay, I already have one ready as though it was going to be mailed. It's just a clear envelope. You put your card in there, like so. So the flap is going to go along the back. Your card will be seen by the recipient. All you need to do is add with a 1/4 piece of computer paper, rather than write on your card. You don't want to write on your card. Address your 1/4 sheet of paper. So we've got this to Susie Stamper on Inkpad Lane in Paper City, USA. And slip that in the back. This is perfectly acceptable for the U.S. Post Office, where stamps went up yesterday. So if you can save on envelopes, postage isn't so bad. Seal this. Put your stamp on the outside. The stamp must go on the outside, and you can put your return address on the inside if you like. But put the stamp here, pop it in the mail. You'll make the postman happy, and you will make your recipient very happy too. So that is a good way to go. So I'm just going to take that out of there now and put that with the other samples and show you the other ones that I did make today. So let's clean up my mess here a little bit. So there's today. Here is another one that I did where the paper is behind the die cut, like the one that I showed you earlier, with just a little bit of the left edge and right edge showing. And then there's the inside of the card. some gems along here, and it showcases that chalet in the woods. So love that one. Okay, here's another one. And here I just cut the paper down, and then it's hard to see with the lemon lolly, I think it is, or lolly lemon in the background, and just cut it into 3 different panels so that it just gives a little bit more dimension there. Again, your kindness warms my heart. Great for the holiday thank you cards. Here's one more. This is similar to the one that I did today. With this on the inside, I put a piece of paper here, and I did stamp on the inside a little crooked. No matter the season, I'm here for you, and some splatters around there. So I may change that and put a die cut over there because it's crooked and it makes me crazy. So there's that one with a little gold cording on the side. And then I have one more to show you. And here I took a square from the Stylish Shapes, which is where this banner comes from also, and kind of positioned this on here so I knew I could cut a square out of the center, put the paper on top and glued it there, and then open that up so there's the inside. So that gets popped back in. It's not on dimensionals or anything, it just gets popped back in. And of course that's spattered with Wink of Stella. That's my favorite thing to do. So there are some sample cards for you to get inspired. I hope you love the paper as much as I do. So with that, I will sign off and tell you that I'll see you next week. And I hope you have a great rest of the week. I think we got some rain coming this week sometime. So, and that's always a good thing, I guess, too. So take care, be safe, and I will see you next Monday. Bye-bye.